Hey guys, good evening to P. Henderson. Well, it's not evening where I am, but good evening to you if it's evening there where you are. Please let me know if you can hear. Please thumbs up, thumbs down. As my wife used to say, middle thumbs, if it's sort of coming through. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and give me just a moment. Let people get in here. I'm going to post that we are now live. I'm going to also post it in our YouTube channel as well. So if you can hear me, please let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. Just posting this. Give me a second. I apologize. Just going to give people a moment to hop in here. Right. Let me know if you can hear me. You can hear me. Cool. Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate it. Say hi. Just let me know you're here. Raise your hand. Typically we you'd have like an audience, an actual audience. You'd be engaging face to face. Maybe we'll do that someday when it's over the internet. It's kind of like raise your hand digitally, I guess, through the chat. Just say hi. I'll shout you out. Clear. Please give your mods in the Discord a big thank you. They do a fantastic job, every single one of them. And they are superstars. And that goes for JT. He's not a mod, but he kind of sort of is, if I'm being honest. He does a lot of answering questions and works with the team, does a great job with the social media and a lot of the write-ups and things like that. So please give all of them a shout out and a big, big thank you. I apologize. I'm looking at two different screens. So if I'm looking away from you, there's a reason for that. This is our YouTube, as you well know. We don't have a ton of subscribers. That's okay, I think, because a lot of the content, people go from the Discord and they just watch videos and they don't subscribe. So I would encourage you to subscribe so that you get notified. Some people don't like the notifications in Discord, so they turn that off, which I completely understand, especially yesterday with, I think, 15, exaggerated notifications. So being subscribed to the YouTube channel will notify you as soon as the video goes up. A lot of great content on here. I'm going to be redoing this video right here where it says, what is it? I mean, look, 7 months ago, crypto may as well have been 7 years ago, right? So we've evolved quite a bit since this video. That's going to be redone. I'm still going to be doing all the different paths. That seems to be changing every other week. So just trying to find time to really sit down and think those through and then redo those for you guys as well. None of that would be financial advice, but just some suggestions about different paths you can take. This is our Twitter, as you well know. Go ahead and follow us there if you have not. We should be live there as well. I'm not logged in currently, but we should be live there as well as YouTube, of course. And if you missed this, it will be recorded as all live videos on YouTube and not Twitter so much. They take the videos down after a while, but certainly on YouTube they are recorded after the fact. So appreciate it. Good to see you, Brett. Thanks for coming. Therastrick, Rod. I think the coolest mod name, sorry guys, is Cat with Hands. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. All right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this here. Okay, cool. Just changing some stuff. I apologize. All right. So let's get into the announcement from yesterday. I'm going to try to keep this pretty brief. I always say that. Tend to not work that way, but you know what I mean. That's the idea. So let's talk about what happened yesterday. So I won't read this word for word, but basically we completed, XETA Capital has, the first step in its IPO process. And some people ask, what was that first step? It was the exchange of funds, working with a company that has worked with multiple previous businesses to launch publicly as an IPO on I don't know if it'll be a mid, low, or high tier market, but it'll be a tier market as a security. Now, some people ask, is that the token? No, the token's not a security. It will be just equity in the company, which will be purchased as shares, stock, as you would do any other company. So the funds have been exchanged with that company in order to begin the process. So the ball is now officially rolling. And in celebration, we're doing a pre-summer pool parties. You know, we opened up a bunch of pools yesterday, and we may even do one on this stream. So do me another favor, raise your hand, let me know what tier you're in. You don't have to tell me how many zones you have, let me know what tier you're in. Are you in the 10%, 15%, 20, or 25% tier? Maybe we will open up another pool on this live stream. That'll be kind of a, rewarding you for being here live kind of thing. So raise your hand, let me know what tier you are in as we go through this. And of course, we had the first lake airdrop completed, a little late, just because we had some technical things we were running into, but nonetheless, the lake airdrop for January's lake is complete. So moving forward, that will be a monthly thing now. Okay, so you have that first month where it has to trade, snapshot, airdrop, and then airdrop every month after that. So that will be moving forward. So the cool thing is, and this is of course not advice, this is just a suggestion to consider, between pools, between lakes, and between uncharted NFTs, the airdrops or the withdrawal of stablecoin does create a lot of flexibility, because some folks are, I'm just going to say it, a little impatient with OTC, and I understand it's different. It's not been done before. It's anytime something's that different, it's kind of, human nature want to fight it, and I understand that. The lakes, the uncharted airdrops, as well as the pools, do offer a lot of flexibility, so you're not having to suddenly panic at the end of the month trying to figure out how to pay your fees and all that kind of stuff, because your tokens may not sell as fast as you may like them to. So this really creates a lot of flexibility, and it almost, in my mind, kind of creates like a closed ecosystem. I'll use that air quote, closed ecosystem, in that if you can get an airdrop every month that covers your fees, selling is really just a convenience, right? It's just a matter of luxury, and you're probably not so upset if you have to wait a little bit for that, or just go right back into the utility if you want. So even when you're compounding to try to keep your zones, having that airdrop is really, really, I think, a game changer. And, I kind of look at it this way. I don't recommend this, at least anyway. You shouldn't wait for your bills to come at the end of the month and then try to figure out how you're going to get the money. You typically want to have the money before your bills show up, so when they show up, you know how to pay them. So I kind of look at, zone fees, whether it's claim fees or monthly membership fees, the same way. And I think that's where the airdrops really come into play as well. Let's see. We have some 10%ers in the house. Note catcher wants a very high percentage. 10%, 10%, 20, 25. Hey, Lee, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Let's see. Pre-summer. I was snowboarding this morning. Hey, man, it depends where you are. We have people in all sorts of states and all sorts of countries, and pre-summer I think it's technically spring already in America, but it doesn't feel like it, depending on where you are. Not where I am, doesn't feel like it. 15, 20, 25, 20, 20, 25. I'll tell you, Bulk Hogan's in the house. Look at that, Bulk Hogan. I was going to say, yes, hit that like button and subscribe. Please share this as well, whether it's on Twitter or YouTube. Go ahead and post questions in the Discord, but also I'll try to get to the questions coming in live as well. Let's see. So, it's good to reward people. So I'll be looking at this and see what kind of pool we can open. Those 20%er pools, guys, I know that the reason that they don't fill as fast is because the 20% tier has the fewest number of wallets. If you go to the Dune Analytics, actually I have it open here. Big shout out to Ray with the Dune Analytics. He does a phenomenal job. I mean, look at all this stuff. Crazy, right? Great job. Great job. But I probably skimmed over it. You can find that the amount of wallets in here. So right here, that's a tiny little sliver that has the 20% tier. That's the reason why that pool tends to sit around for a little bit. So some folks had asked, can you cut it in half? I don't believe it's filled yet. Let's check it out. Has it filled yet? Don't think even it's gotten anybody to participate yet. If it keeps sitting like this, I might just go in there and cut it in half, pull it down, cut it in half, relaunch it. I do understand that. That because there's not a lot of wallets in that tier, we might have to bring it to the 25,000 level just to get this going. So I'm actually going to be doing a few live streams. This is one. I'll do another one Monday or Tuesday, give or take, and then I'll do another one after that. I want to reveal a few different things as we go along, and some special pools as well. Stay tuned for that. So Let's see. I'm just going to go to some of your comments here for a minute. 1 month pit stop, big goal. Commit to being 20%. Yep. God is good always. Thank you. Let's check out the Discord. I'm going to try to keep this relatively short again, but I just think it's kind of fun to come on and sometimes just interact. It's a little different feel. Let's do some questions, and then I'll bring up some other stuff that I think actually will be within these questions. So I said something the other day in the chat. I don't forget who I was talking to. I said, we were talking about the Friday updates and the weekend withdrawal change schedule for the pools, mainly because I look at things such as, okay, when the fund gets to 9 digits, can we get there and be efficient without having to change a whole bunch of things when we get there and be inefficient at that time? So I like to prepare for things before they come. If that's your health, if that's your relationships, your finances, your business, I'd say even your faith, be prepared for things before they come. Expect them to come. So I like guy one is taking that to the next level. What's the plan for when they're compounding to the billions? Yeah, I mean, look, there's a few things you have to do once you get these funds high enough. And obviously, fund manager could get into this far greater detail than I can, but essentially you want to start diversifying your strategies. You want to start diversifying the accounts that are holding the funds. And you want to start diversifying the liquidity providers as well. If you can do that, you become a market maker in the mid 9-digit tier. So, if you're billions, it can be a real problem. It's a good problem, the first world problem, as they call. But there are ways to solve it. You just have to start diversifying things a little bit more, especially the liquidity. That's actually one of the main things. And we have multiple liquidity providers, brokerages that can be used, and et cetera, et cetera. It's a great question. And I like that you are thinking in the billions. I was thinking 9 digits. You're thinking beyond that. So great. Nothing for 100 zones yet. ... Can't roll into pools. All right. So Master Yoda is asking whether or not we will have some ability to withdraw profits from HFT directly into a bank account. Well, I don't personally see that. And the only reason is because it's possible. I'll just say it's possible. But the main reason is because we deal with crypto on an off-ramp basis. Because we deal with crypto on an off-ramp basis, you're not getting fiat. So, when it gets swapped into crypto and then you receive the crypto, it's kind of up to you to swap it into the fiat of your choosing, the currency of your choosing, put in your bank account. It's possible to create some sort of automation process for people to make it more convenient, but you would not receive it directly into your bank account, at least not at the moment. So some folks were asking what the first step was in the IPO process. And I had mentioned that there was an exchange of funds. I have a letter from the company. Much of it, thank you for the shirt call out, Node Catcher. We're going to be having some merchandise soon, I promise. I'm working on it. I have a lot of the letter redacted, but let me show this to you real quick. Bring it up here. Okay, so, obviously I've redacted the vast majority of this, but essentially this is the letter stating that we've begun working with a company that assists in the structuring and process of going public. Okay, this will be posted, but it's vague given the fact that it's redacted. It's for a reason. I'm sure you guys can understand. We'll be getting some updates in a couple of weeks and moving forward from there. It's typically a long process to IPO. We're going to be working with professionals that have done this before and hopefully cut that time down as much as possible. So it's just a letter of engagement between XETA and the other company that is assisting us in the process. Just thought I'd share that. And, we might, as we go further along the process, maybe remove the redaction, but maybe not. So kind of leave it at that. Just thought I'd show that so you guys have an idea of what it is we're working on. That was done just this last week. Let's see. Curious Redbeard. I apologize. I know that he's going to be waiting for the closed captions for this, so I'll have to respond to him. But this is also for you guys who might be wondering the same thing. As far as being a credit investor, there's certain laws and things around that. We can't circumvent that, right? I mean, those are securities laws. So we're not circumventing what the requirements are to be able to participate in some sort of possible early IPO type thing. That's something that will come along as time goes on. But yeah, if you have to be an accredited investor, whatever country you are from, then that's going to be a requirement, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. Do I think the lake will close early? Johnson asked. It seems like it. I mean, 60 or so thousand left. That was as of last night. I haven't checked this morning yet. That was the fastest lake I've ever seen fill up. Not that we've had that many, but the third one, that was the fastest I've seen fill up. That was, yeah. I guess, the fact that you were getting a little bit of a bonus there was a big reason for it. Let's see. There's a lot of people in the 25% tier. Okay. Well, here's the thing. We have pools open in every tier, but 25%. You guys want a 25% pool? Let me know. Let's see. Yeah. So Chandler's saying, yeah, there's not a lot of wallets plus compounding to get to 25%. Yeah. Don't ignore the 20% pool. I mean, 20%. Tell me where you can get that in this market right now. I know it's one of those, it's sort of a bias, and I can be victim of this as well. But when you've been used to this much, anything below it seems like it's just not that much anymore, right? But I would challenge you, try to go in the market and find 20% a month. You won't find it. Compounded, you won't find it. You will not find it. So anyway, just something to keep in mind. So Sean's asking a question. He wants to know if there's going to be a mobile fix. So when you log into your phone and you open up Metamask, what ends up happening is you can't see some content with your zones. You can't see when they expire. So typically, on a phone, you have all this, on a computer, for example, you have all this content. On a phone, it's much smaller. So all that content gets compressed like this. So typically what you would do is you would rotate your phone. All that content would expand back out. Anything that was hidden would be revealed. Well, the problem is the MetaMask mobile app doesn't allow the rotation. Even if you go like this, it just stays like this. So the thing is in this resolution, there's only so much content we can show. So between having the button to claim, to renew, to see when the fees are due, the name of the zone, there's not really a lot of space left. So is this something we'll work on? I don't think it'll be anytime soon. It's more of a mobile MetaMask app issue. If they just update their app to rotate, it would fix it. So, I mean, my suggestion, this is, may appear dismissive, but go buy a cheap laptop and just, log in. That's really my suggestion. There has been some movement in the debit card offering. There's some contracts and agreements that have already been signed. Now I'll just kind of leave it at that. I don't want to give a timeline and a deadline and a time frame and all that for that, because I don't know exactly when it'll be, but it should be relatively soon. I don't have a 30 or 40% pool. Apologize. No, I don't have a 40% pool. Let's see. Eagle Rock says that some of the pools don't make the max in profit. Well, go ahead and check out your next lake airdrop is what I would say to you on that. We're trying to find a balance between allowing folks to withdraw and also being able to hold positions long enough to be able to get more opportunity and potentially more profits. So it's a balancing act we're going to continue working on some things behind the scenes to hopefully improve that as well. But that's the reason, is because we're trying to allow flexibility, because there's some projects, guys, that will literally tell you have to withdraw every month. You do not compound. And I know there's several projects that do Forex trading. They will not allow you to compound, and there's a reason for it. But they force you to withdraw. We don't do that, right? So we're trying to find a balancing act between, allowing users to have flexibility with withdrawals, as well as be able to take advantage of the markets to be able to place trades for a long enough time to really capitalize on what exists. So that's going to be a little bit of a moving target over time, but we are working on some things to hopefully try to maximize both. It's a challenge, but we're working on some stuff to be able to pull that off hopefully soon. So thanks for asking that. Let's see. Just going to continue going down here. So again, I'm going to be doing a few live streams. There are going to be things I'm going to share with each live stream that's different. I'm going to tease some things. I'll do the next one, like I said, Monday or Tuesday. And I'll just keep answering questions and showing you things. That's kind of just kind of get back in the habit of maybe interacting with you guys a little bit more and releasing some more content. It's kind of the goal. Yeah, Master Yoda did already answer that. Financial reports, that's hopefully one of the things I want to show in either the next or the live stream after that. Already have my finger on the pulse of that. So thanks, Dark Lord, for that. I appreciate it. Are we going back to USD coin? I think we're going to wait and see what happens with USD coin right now. It seems fine. I don't think any one of us expected a 13% depeg. I did not expect that with USD coin. I expected that with Tether, not USD coin. Funny how things work in crypto, isn't it? Think projects that are regulated versus projects that are not. You would think the one that is audited and a little more regulated would be the one that would be fine. Goes to show you. So I don't know right now if we're going to switch back to USD coin, at least anytime soon. We're just going to kind of wait, sit back and see what happens. I think the first 2 weeks of Q2, I'm going to kind of call it. I think we're going to see some FUD events, new moons and all this other kind of nonsense that goes on. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the Lake versus HFT is a tough decision. Did you see my funny meme I posted yesterday? Because we had the $67 rollover and all of a sudden these pools came out. And the problem is to get into the lake, you have to use your emissions. So I think a lot of people didn't have a lot to claim at the time, although the pools still did fill. The 15% ones filling too. But there, I just thought that was kind of funny. Some memes work in different aspects. So Flo asked a great question. Flo, good to see you in our community, by the way. He's saying there's been partnerships like DEXs, like centralized exchanges. Is there an alternative to Gaxis? Well, let me clarify something for a minute. So then he goes into equity as well. So is a DEX a partnership? Yeah, it is. Loosely. It's a loose partnership. But it's a partnership. Essentially, a DEX is a series of smart contracts. That's it. Pangolin, Radio Shack, Trader Joe, whatever. A lot of these DEXs, as I've come to find, as you guys have come to find through experience, don't really care about you. They just don't care. You're just another number. Okay. Centralized exchanges, Binance, Coinbase, same thing. I have family members that their Coinbase accounts, they just can't do anything in them. No reason. Didn't do anything wrong. Fully KYC'd. Can't buy anything. And I'm thinking, well, aren't you guys in the business of providing exchange in crypto and fiat? So it's like they just shut you off for literally no reason. Again, you're a number to them. Any other centralized exchange, same thing. You're a number. Gaxis was an equity in XETA. It's not just another number. It's not just, I would certainly not put it on the same level as any of the DEXs or centralized exchanges at all. You don't just go out and find another hedge fund. Okay. Hedge funds typically don't, A, want to get involved in crypto, and B, if they do, they're not giving away the kind of yield we're giving away. So I'll give you, for instance, you go to your local financial institution, you're earning 2-3% a year, maybe if you're lucky. If you lock it up for 2 years, you think they're making 2-3% a year? No, they're making significantly more. They're giving you 2 or 3% a year. Okay, so they give you this tiny amount of a massive pie. We give you a big amount of a massive pie. It's a little different, right? So you're not going to find a hedge fund that's going to do that and get involved in crypto. So Gaxis owns equity. They're not just a partnership. Okay, they are far more than a partnership as well. Now, as far as equity, they're a brokerage. Gax have been working with them for a long time. And could we go to another brokerage? Yes. Will we? Not unless it's needed for some reason. It's a partnership that will go well. And like I said, we know of multiple liquidity providers, brokerages, all this type of stuff. There's strategies, and I've kind of teased this a little bit in the Discord, the trading strategies that we're working on to improve what we do. So we don't just sit back. And I think I've always said this: in business, stagnation is death. If you're not improving, if you're not looking to go to the next level, it comes a point, whether it's in your health, your relationships, your finances, or your business, where you're dying if you're not moving forward. So we're always working on things behind the scenes. Great question, though, Flo. Appreciate it. Let's see. Nothing in the works for well, actually, I shouldn't say that. There's ideas for 100+ zones. We'll just have to wait and see, when they pan out. We got a lot of stuff working on, so I can't say exactly when, but yes. Balance in all things, as Thanos said. So many Thanos quotes. Why do so many Thanos quotes go for crypto? I don't know why they apply in crypto so much. Get a bigger phone. Hey, Brett just answered the question of the guy that had the issue with the mobile app. Get a bigger phone. There you go. It's a problem solved, right? Teasing. We're teasing. I'm zone focused, lake focused. Let's see. Just looking for other questions. If you guys may have them. Appreciate you all on a Saturday. I mean, Saturday. It's April Fool's. This is not an April Fool's, I promise. What I'm showing you is not April Fool's. I should have started off with that. So many people on Twitter I see doing April Fool's. I'm not doing an April Fool's. There's no April Fool's. Although we had an idea for one. Don't know if we'll do it. It was kind of funny, but anyway, there's no April Fool's here. I promise you. It's funny. Use a tablet. Tablet would work. We're talking about a meetup. I actually spoke to Gavin about that this morning. I don't know if we'll have time. I mean, we would like to do it this summer, but I don't know if we'll have time for it. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe. Let's see. So Master U is asking, will the new withdrawal system only be available on the weekend? Will this also help maintaining up to 28 days? Yes. Hopefully, I mean, the withdrawal schedule doesn't necessarily help with the withdrawal timeframe that it takes to receive out of the HFT. That's more of a liquidity brokerage thing, which they've announced that they want to make some changes. So we're kind of keeping our eye on that. And we'll share that with you as soon as we have it. That's not really what that was for. That was for efficiency. Again, that was when we get to that 9-digit and beyond number, it's already set up. So it's just a, flawless integration into that higher fund amount. We need to get some profits. That's funny. Hey, there's a reason that XPRE token didn't move. It was people couldn't game it, but in addition to that, if you can't move it, then perhaps we can use it for when we actually have like an on-site meeting for something. We'll know who the pre-sale folks are. Kind of interesting, right? With no plans to name pools, nothing like that. I know node projects did that. That's a node project thing. We're not planning to do that. Let's see. Just looking here, just looking around. When it comes to tax questions, guys, I stay very, very far away from answering that. I don't even really engage into tax talk as much at all, really, because I can't give you tax advice. I made a video on my YouTube channel a little less than a year ago, I think, showing the accountant that I use. He documents everything on the blockchain. He basically says, here's your cost basis, here's your profit loss. He hands it to me. I give that to another CPA and they file it. That's my process. It's about as straightforward as you can imagine. A little pricey, but worth the money, the peace of mind, to be honest with you. This is not a suggestion. This is not financial or tax advice. One thing you could consider with the OTC, is you can look up the smart contract address to the OTC, go to Dune Analytics. Let's do this. I'll show you something real quick here. Kind of a cool little hack. You could probably go to either one of these. I'm going to go to the OTC daily volume. By the way, look at that volume, 76 grand already. You see this little lower right here, line number 6? This is the smart contract address for the OTC right here. So you could do something like this. You could paste that into Snowtrace. Okay, you could hit ERC20 token transactions, view all, and you could come down and export this as a CSV. Once you have that, it's kind of a pain in the butt. Once you have this, you could then go into Excel and filter the from or the to side with your wallet. Not only will it show you how much XETA you either bought or sold, it will actually show the USD dollar value at the time. That's a little hack. I don't know if anybody knows that. Now, this does only export 5,000 records at a time, so I don't know how many records there are per month. You have to look into this. You might have to export 2 or 3 months at a time, pain in the butt. But if you're looking to assist maybe an accountant with it, that's what I would do. Okay. As a matter of fact, I kind of have to do it a little bit myself anyway, just because that's, my accountant doesn't, just trying to explain XETA to him is like, what? How does that work? It's fine. Crypto Cowboy, how you doing? Good to see you in here. You reached a major milestone. Well, congratulations. I don't know what that is. I think I know because we chat, but won't say. Congratulations. Hope you're doing well. April Lake, maybe. Is the lake closed, guys? Help me out. Is the lake closed? I haven't looked yet. I should know that, shouldn't I? I haven't looked. Because if it's not closed, we have an April Lake. Is there going to be another one, what you're asking? I don't know. We'll see. Good to hang out with you guys, by the way. We have 90 people tuned in. That doesn't seem like a lot, but for a project that hasn't really done a whole lot of marketing, I think it's quite a bit. I actually like, yes, I want to grow. I want to be a big project. I don't want to grow out of control. I actually like our little tight-knit community, if I'm just being honest about it. I don't know. I was always one of those people as a kid growing up. I had few close friends as opposed to a lot of distant friends. That's just how I was. I think you can focus on people a little bit more and better that way too, by the way. So, okay. So all the questions at this point were already answered previously. So we'll go to the bottom, see what we got. April should run smoother. We'll wait and see. I still think we're going to see some FUD events actually fairly soon. That's just my feel on it. Crypto Cowboy. So we'll see. Almost full. Yeah, it's almost full. So we still 56K. Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate it. 56K left in the lake. Okay. At this moment, we're not doing accelerators. Why? Okay, so in projects where you have a rewards pool, what other projects have done unsuccessfully, but from a smart contract perspective, it's pretty simple, is to increase emissions with some sort of NFT or something. We've seen this before. What we wanted to do was not just increase emissions, but decrease the life. That adds quite a complex, that sounds simple, but it's not so simple. The way the system is built is like, I use this analogy a lot. It's like a Swiss watch. There's intricate pieces connected to 3 other pieces that are connected to 9 other pieces. And if you break one piece, you break the whole thing. It's very delicate, right? So trying to decrease the life and increase the emissions it can be done, but in the grand scheme of things, it takes a lot of testing and a technical lift. Okay. So then we had a different idea about how to do it, but we just decided, it's probably better to just allow a natural pruning process because we sold somewhere around, I think, 4,100 zones in the pre-sale. I forget. And those folks are going to have to compound. I'm one of them. Well, when you compound, you're not coming back in with 0.1. So you're coming back in with 0.1. So there's a natural 20% pruning in the emissions. I actually think that's healthy for the system. Now, the idea behind accelerators was you would have increased emissions with decreased life. So it was still not a bad thing for the system. It's just, I think with the amount of work required with it, with the laundry list of things we have going on, it's just better to let those emissions prune and move on to, sort of other things. Hope that helps. Let's see. Why is the principal still shown when you liquidate a pool? Because until you actually receive the withdrawal, you will see the principal, but not the profits because it's no longer being traded, right? So that should disappear once you actually have the withdrawal on the top going from pending to completed. That should be nixed and taken away. Yeah, Jonathan, the accelerators, I like the idea. It's just, it was a challenge behind it. Lee's asking, when I liquidate a pool, does the USD go into limbo or does it earn interest until the 28th day before the airdrop? No, the moment you liquidate, so there's 2 things. I just want to make sure we're using the right terminology. Withdrawing profits, liquidating the entire position is profits and principal. So in either one of those cases, if you just pull profits, the profits you pull are no longer compounding. As a matter of fact, that's why when you go to withdraw, it actually says, just notice it will decrease your future compounding effect. When you liquidate, it's the exact same thing. Nothing's being traded until you receive it. And that's because you have to now, in the trading account, you have to close positions. You have to hedge out. Hopefully there's not too much volatility. If there's too much volatility, it takes you even longer to hedge out, like in January with what was going on with gold. It took longer to hedge out just because the volatility was so wild. So once that's complete, then it has to be swapped back into crypto. By the way, there's a fee to that. We don't charge you guys for that. I say we, but it's Gaxis, you know what I mean? We don't charge you guys for the conversion back into crypto. And then it has to be manually reviewed, then sent off to your wallet. So there's quite a few steps there in that process. Hope that helps. So it's not being traded during that time. It's, matter of fact, you're trying to do the opposite, trying to get out. Why do I use a second tax person? The reason is because, and I don't want to speak for him, the accountant that I use for the documentation does not agree with me that building zones or anything similar to that is a expense. So we have a difference of opinion on it. So he does a documentation, but I then hand it off to another firm to file. It's a much larger firm too, very big firm. BNY, go ahead and open up a ticket if that's the case. I don't think it's like a big deal. There's nothing trading, but it's probably, if that's the way it was designed, I may be unaware. I don't do too much liquidating, so I can't tell you. I just let things compound and trade. It may just be to show you what was in there. Let's see. Just going through the questions here. Anything else you guys want to know? Let's do this. You want a pool? Let's open a pool. How about that? All of the 25%ers, how about that? Because currently at the moment, we have, we don't have a 25% pool. So let's see. Let's go ahead and open it up, shall we? And your 25% pool is now open. Dive in, have fun. I'm trying to be witty with the pool analogy. It's getting kind of corny at this point, not gonna lie. So some people, I want to make sure I interpret this question correctly, because I think I understand it. Crypto Dick was asking two questions, actually. The first one is, are there any plans in the future to not cap the HFT accounts? Now, he's referring to XETA Black specifically, but it doesn't matter. It's just kind of the same thing. Or is that not possible to maintain the stability within the ecosystem? And the second question, I think I understand what he's asking, but I asked for clarification. I didn't get it. No worries. In regards to the IPO, will we be able to utilize current interest to acquire shares? I don't know what he means by current interest. I think he means a private equity service, if I am understanding that correctly. We're talking about that, more on that as we go along, but we are talking about, will it be possible to put the XETA IPO into the private equity service for zone holders? We're talking about it, and more to come on that, But as far as, are there plans to not cap? Well, you have to cap at some level, right? Like I say, there are financial institutions that are giving you this much and they're making this much. Okay. When you give away 20 or 25% a month as a cap, it looks like, wait a minute, that's not realistic. That's not sustainable, because nobody offers that. Well, the reason they don't offer is because, if I'll just be honest with you, they're greedy to a degree, right? So we're offering a lot more because a lot of these financial institutions actually make that much. Okay. So, you want the business to be successful because that allows potentially you to be successful. So it's it's kind of like if you're in a plane and you're a passenger, you want the pilot to be healthy and you want him to have had a good night's sleep and you want him to not be bothered, or she to not be bothered, so that they can fly the plane, not crash it. Okay. So that's kind of my analogy. When marketing, more on that. Sorry, more on that. Would you consider closing the March Lake early and starting it fresh? There's only 56K left. I would just let it go. Because right now, if we started a fresh April Lake, you now have to fill 500 grand just for that to go to work. So if there's 56K left, you may as well just take the 56K and let it go to work. That's kind of my way of looking at it, at least anyway. That guy, that's funny. Lemmings was the other story behind that guy. It's actually the one I'm thinking of. Lemmings. Yeah, the special pools. You're gonna have to tune into the next live stream, Eric Mosley, to find that out. Something to spice things up a little bit is really what it is. Either it will be the next one or the one after that, but you won't know until you tune in, right? And I got something cool I'm going to reveal on the next one as well. Something I'm actually going to launch and go live with as we're live. I think you guys will like it a lot. It's something we've been working on for a little bit. And then I want to try to tease some things in the third one as well. So you never know when those special pools might open. So you might just want to tune in. Yeah, Gregory is referring to the accelerators. Yep, I agree. Let's see. So what makes the most income? Well, the 10%. I'm just being honest, because the more cap there, the lower the cap there is, excuse me, the more we keep. So obviously a 10% would be more. That's the reason why you have financial institutions giving you 1% a year. There's a reason for it, because they're making 1% a year. Just makes me laugh. They're making hundreds of percentages, maybe thousands. Okay. They're giving you 1%. It's a joke. It's a joke. I don't see a whole lot of other questions, guys. Again, make sure you do a couple things. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm going to be uploading some more content. I'm going to do the best I can. Got a new baby I'm still working out a schedule with. So just, excuse me. Going to be posting more content on Twitter. Give JT a shout out. Again, he does a wonderful job on the Twitter account. And just putting out some more videos. Again, kind of on the back of my mind for a to-do list is, what is XETA Capital? Part 2. I'm not going to keep it short this next time, just because I felt like I missed too much in this video. It's going to be more of you can pick up this video and hand it to somebody and it'll explain what we do, at least to the best of my abilities. And I'll show some more screenshots and things like that as well to kind of explain who we are, what we do. And of course, once we have other products, so XETA Blue, which is what we've referred to as the token, XETA Blue, XETA Black, XETA Red, XETA Gold, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So ideally, at some point, we would have that kind of organized in this channel. We'll work on that as the time goes on. But for right now, everything in here is referring to the token model, not anything else. And that'll be something for you guys to be able to help others kind of understand what this is. I know a lot of you folks are bringing people into the project, and that warms my heart. But I do understand that the token model can be a little challenging to explain. So I hope to give a video that is thorough and demonstrative of how it works, what it is, all this kind of stuff. At a high level, I don't think we need to get into weeds of tokenomics. That's just not really necessary. As well as a video about, okay, here's lakes, here's pools, here's OTC, here's all this stuff. What are all the options? Not to tell you what to do, but to give you the different roads you can take, right? Because, I may say, hey, you're trying to get to a destination. Here's the 5 different ways you can get there. Just as an example, it's fully demonstrative again and explanatory of the actual ecosystem, not to give advice on what to do specifically. So when XETA Ice, you remember XETA Ice? That's really good. I mean, that was mentioned actually. I don't know if you're joking, but Gavin teased XETA. We've actually been discussing that. That's so funny. You remember that? I think it was mentioned like one time. Will there be an ocean? We've also discussed an ocean. I don't know. We'll wait and see. I'll wait and see. Let's see. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, guys, I said short, of course, we're, 50 minutes into this. I'll give it another minute if you guys have anything pressing that you want to add. Once again, in response to when marketing. Yeah. Thank you, JT. Thank you, JT. When private equity, what we're discussing maybe something. I'll share more about that later. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but check out the Discord. If you guys are not in Discord, if you don't know what Discord is, what the heck is Discord? It's confusing. When I first used it years ago, it was confusing as heck. I didn't know what I was looking at. It was mostly for gamers and crypto people. It's a community with channels. Some of those channels you can interact in, like this one. Other channels are literally just for bulletins and announcements and things like that. It's a great place to interact. We post things here first. So if you're not in Discord, you will learn about it, but you will learn about it via Twitter or via the website blog, which you should check out as well. And it's just a little delayed, right? So if you want to be like on the top of what we're doing, Discord is going to be the way to do that. We have community updates, pool updates. So if you want to know when pools are going live, I haven't posted the pool yet that we've made in this live stream. That's for you guys. I'm going to post this in a little bit. You know, we're going to end this live stream 10 minutes or so, give you guys some time to get in or not, and then I'll post it. But you guys are being rewarded for being on live stream. There's just a lot of fun things in this Discord. So come on in. There's people posting some potential, not financial advice, but just what their experiences are with the project. It's just a fun community where you can get direct access to the team and direct access to your fellow community members. So if you're not a part of the Discord, head over to xetacapital.com and you will see at the very bottom, follow us on, and it'll be this little left button here. And you can also see it on the Twitter page. If you hit the link tree as well, it'll be one of the links on there. Oh, you cannot send zones to another wallet. Ashley says, thank you for this project. I'm new, but hands down, this is my favorite already. Team is very helpful. Thank you, Ashley. Love you being here. And thank you for the kind words. Much appreciated. And Cat with Hands, quick with his paws. It says, here's a link in case nobody has joined. It's discord.gg/Zeta. That is the official link. Good vibes. Yes, I hope to have that on the next live stream. It'll be either Monday or Tuesday. That's the goal. Where can I buy your shirt at? You can't buy this shirt just yet. I am working on an e-commerce store. As a matter of fact, something that I'll be releasing in either the next live stream will be what I wanted to get out before getting the e-commerce store live. So I'll explain more at that time. It'll make more sense. It's great info and the future is bright indeed. Thank you guys so much for joining. I think we are going to wrap it up. This will obviously render and show up on the YouTube channel once we're done. Should take sometimes 20, 30 minutes right after. Doesn't always just upload right away. Thanks for joining. And until next time, God bless and take care. Thanks a lot.